Hi guys, I hope everyone is doing well. Okay, so in this video, we are going to talk about how we were able to make um, close to $7,000 within 2 hours using Facebook ads, but most importantly, um, using Stripe payment gateway. Now, the thing about Stripe is it gives you unlimited access to the world market. All right, so customers from any country in the world with any kind of bank cards or ATM cards can be able to actually come to your website, come to your store, and make a purchase. Their transaction approval rate is very high, so 96%. So your worries about payment gateway goes off the roof, right? Because Stripe is very reliable. So that is exactly what we used for this specific business. So we achieved close to $7,000 within 2 hours. We had 170 purchases. The ROAS was 2.26. Okay, so 2.26 ROAS. Um, ROAS means return on ad spend. So your return on your advertising spend. Okay, right? That's exactly what ROAS means. Now our break even ROAS, to the return on ad spend that gives us that makes us break even. Okay, is 1.4. So any ROAS higher than 1.4, any ad set with a ROAS higher than 1.4 is profitable, right? It's profitable. Like this is 3.4, profitable 2.09, profitable 2.08, profitable 2.46, profitable. This isn't profitable. We're gonna turn this off. 5.61 very profitable, 4.14, 2.27, very profitable, 2.26, 2. So, each outset that are here are showing profitability or signs of profitability. So that is how we kind of like toggle between outsets. I like to be economical. Okay, I like to focus on profits. All right, because that is how you pay your bills and that is how you take care of yourself. Profits, revenue don't feed you. Profit does. Okay, so when I'm running a dropshipping business, I like to optimize for profit. Okay, so in what I'm gonna do in this video is touch a bit about Stripe, but also touch a bit about product on AliExpress and really how to build your business around around that product, whatever product you've chosen. Understanding that the only reason customers will buy from you is because they believe that the product you're selling is valuable to them or is going to add value to their life. All right. So don't ever forget that. So you need to be able to use your marketing skills or your marketing campaigns to be able to present that to customers. Okay, so they can come to your website, and you need to be able to sell that product on your product page. So when they come, they are even more convinced that they need the product, and they don't waste too much time to buy. Okay, all right. So all right. So let's go to AliExpress and talk about the product first. All right. So this is AliExpress. I found this product. It's a nice slip-on sandal, uh, pleated slip-on sandal. Okay, as you can see. So this campaign is also, we're selling a similar product to this. I'm not going to show you guys the product exactly, but it is a similar product to this for that business. Um, so that is why I want to use this as an example for this video. So this product is a very simple product, right? It's a slip-on sandals, okay, pleated slip-on sandal. Now, how do I approach it? If you discover this product and you said, okay, I want to build my dropshipping business around this product, okay, and you start writing, a brief business plan of how the business is going to be. So, what markets are you targeting? UK or US? Or are you targeting both? All right, you start putting them down. And when you do that, you want to know your delivery cost. So you toggle between shipping to United States, and you could change this to United Kingdom to see exactly what the cost would be. Guys, remember the cost of your product is the product cost, okay, plus the shipping, so delivery fee, plus depending on the country, plus the sales tax. All right. If you're shipping to the USA sales tax will hover around 10% usually. Right. If you're shipping to the UK, is around I believe 20%. I believe so, 20% of the total price. So AliExpress, if you're fulfilling your order through AliExpress, they would normally take out the tax from you. So you would see the tax when you're paying. You will see an extra fee for tax. Right. So you need to make sure you account for all the costs so you know your profit per unit order. All right. So I know my profit per one unit. If I sell this white, slip on sandal, what is going to be my profit? Okay. So now another thing I would do is I'm not going to just make it easy for customers to come see the product and then go search for it on Amazon or on eBay or on Google and then buy from a competitor. Because it's going to be a situation where you're going to be losing money. That means you're paying Facebook money. You're paying the money to show the customer the products, but when they come to your website, they don't even buy from you. They go buy from some seller on Amazon that may be selling cheaper than you. All right. So what you want to do is you want to give the product an identity. So I'm not going to call this pleated slip-on sandal. Okay. I'm just going to call this. I'm going to change the name and maybe call it. Let's see. I might call it Barbie sandal or Caroline sandals. All right. Caroline sleep sandal. Right. So when customers come to your store and they see the name Caroline sleep sandal, if they attempt to go search for a cheaper price of it on Amazon or eBay or Google, they won't see anything. In fact, the only thing that's going to come up is your website, and they have no choice than to buy from you. So you want to avoid a situation where, monkey work, baboon chop situation where you spend the money on advertising and make the customer aware of the product, but yet they come to your store and because your name is not optimized, right? They just go search this on Amazon or on eBay or Google. And if they find any seller selling this specific product, right, but selling cheaper than you, they're going to buy from them. It's a no brainer. And you lose money, right? You spent money on advertising, but you have not made any purchase. And you're wondering why. Customers are going to buy from other people that are selling cheaper. Yes, you made them discover the product, but they have no loyalty towards you. So you have to make sure you pick your competitions. Sorry, you pick your competition battle, very prudently, very carefully. All right, you want to avoid the situation where you're competing on price with Amazon and eBay sellers. So what do I expect you to do? Put an identity to the product. It doesn't matter what product it is. Put an identity to the product, right? Caroline sandals. Okay, Barbie sandals. Right, Barbie. Let me see, Barbie curve sandals. If you go search Barbie curve sandals, this is not coming up, right? What comes up? My website comes up because I'm the only one that has that name on my website because it's a made up name. I gave the product an identity. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna circle back and come to my website and make the purchase. Then I make profit. All right. One thing to also note here when it comes to AliExpress, is that um, when you click on size info, you can toggle between the US and Euro sizes. So if you are doing both markets, so both Europe and US, it is advisable to add both sizes. Okay. But if you're just doing US market, then um, US size is fine. Okay. So understand your business, guys. Understand your business structure, and then once you're done with that, build the website based on the product. So you're selling a slip-on sandal. Maybe you want to add it, two, three, four more different style, and not just this. So you need to build the website in such a way where when customers come there, they know, okay, this is a sandal website. It's a sandal business. Or it's a sandal brand. Okay, so everything should be shown that you should be speaking the language of um, the value points for the customer. So when you're running a dropshipping business, you want to write down and you're selling a product. Pick a product and write down the 5 value points. Okay, and optimize your product page based on that. Optimize your website based on that. So you want to always keep talking about the value points. What does what does this do for the customer? What value does it add to the customer's life? Right? So if you write down 5 value points, you can then sprinkle that around the website. This, for example, the way the sole is, which is curved, it is comfortable to wear for longer periods. Right? That is an example. Or it relaxes your feet. Or because it is kind of flat, it's going to relieve you of pain. Like those are value points you can actually use. And with pictures, with proper, you know, presenting of the product and the marketing points, you can be able to convince a customer to buy this. That is your job as a dropshipper, right? You're the middleman, to be honest. So you need to make sure you're adding value to both the supplier and the customer. And the way you do it for the supplier is you bring customers to them, you bring others to them. And for the customer, you introduce them to products that would add value to their life. Okay. So that is going to be about this, be it about this product. Hopefully, I've given you some insight about how to start building your dropshipping business. I've always said, guys, it's not really about winning product. It's just about your ability to market that product, to sell that product. Do you understand that product? Can you present the value of the product to people? If you can do that very well, then honestly, you're not limited to any product. And hopefully, in the next few days, weeks, I could be able to demonstrate that to you guys so you can see in action what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Now, let's go back to, like I said, we sold similar sandal. We're selling similar sandal to this. And that is how we're making this close to $7,000 in this specific business, guys. So I was talking about Stripe. All right, so let's get back to Stripe. Um, Before we even touch on this, we offer the service for Stripe, guys. If you want to get a Stripe account, you can do it through us. Okay, the UK solution is $380, and it takes 7 days. All right, in naira, it is 323,000 naira. Okay, now if you want to get Stripe account through our US solution, then it costs slightly more and it takes slightly longer. And I'll explain why. $600 is going to be the cost. Approximately, that would be 510,000 naira. It's going to take about 3 weeks to 1 month. You need Stripe if you want to run a long term business. All right, you need it. If you use Flutterwave or Paystack, when you start getting approaching $100,000, okay, they start looking at you sideways and they start bugging you because they don't know what they don't. Yes, you have all this legit business, all right, but they want to understand you more. So they start putting holds and reserves on your funds and asking you for documentation, proof of product delivery, and all that stuff because now you're making a higher amount, and to them it, their system might not be used to that when it comes to e-commerce focused on the western countries bringing in that amount of money steadily. All right, so now they want to understand what kind of business is this. So when it comes to Stripe, is the biggest in the world, all right, for payment processing. So is the go-to for drop shipping and e-commerce because, man, like I said, approval rate is 96 to 97%. That is very high. Now, even Shopify payment that people are used to in the West is powered by Stripe. They are using a Stripe system to power their payment system. So Shopify is using a Stripe system to power their payment system. It is simply the financial infrastructure for the internet. That's exactly what it is. So, you know, if you have the funds, I would always recommend you guys to go for Stripe. And if you have spoken to us recently, we suggest it. If you have the funds, please go for it. It's an investment. If you want to start a business in um, Ikeja Mall or Alaba Market, or Teju Market or Banex in Abuja or My One in Port Harcourt, you know, or Wuse Market in Abuja. If you want to start a business there, you have to pay for a store, right? For a shop. You make that payment upfront. It's an investment for you, right? See this as an investment into your business as well. Because when you have this, your problems with payment gateway is gone, right? And if you don't have the funds, work towards it. Because people talk about, I want to set up dropshipping businesses. One thing that holds people back is payment gateway. And if you can get that payment gateway, right, and be compliant with their rules, then you have a business, a dropshipping business or e-commerce business for a long time. Okay? And that is exactly what I want for you guys. Right? So if you have the funds, you know, invest in this. Actually get a Stripe account. Now, what do you get from the UK solution? Well, there are all these perks you get that you can see. It is also going to be in the description below. But let me summarize it. Basically, you get a UK company, a UK registered company for your business. You get a UK business account, so bank account. You get a registered address, a 1 year registered office address, a 1 year director service address, free scan and email. So if you have any correspondence from the UK tax office, all right, it goes to this address. That could be forwarded to the physical copy, can be forwarded to you if you want, or it can also be emailed to you, whatever you want. And it could be also from a supplier. Maybe you have a supplier agreement, right? And it was sent to your office in the UK. We can also forward that to you in Nigeria or wherever you are in the world. So it's you start getting to the point where becoming legitimate, right? So you're having your company registered in the UK, one of the best financial leading markets in the world. Um, you're getting a business account done. You're getting a registered address. You're getting a phone number, and then we'll move towards setting up your Stripe account. And I would explain to you, this is normal, guys. It is okay. Stripe themselves has said it. It is fine for non-residents of supporting countries, right? The countries that they support to be able to do this. That is fine, and I would explain further. Now, the US version is same thing or similar. You get a US registered company, then you get a US business bank account, which is going to be set up with Mercury Bank, all right, or Mercury Financial Institution. You get your EIN, right? You need an EIN. It's a tax ID for yourself. It's almost similar to it's almost similar to your teen in Nigeria. So you get your first year of registered agent fees because you need a registered agent for Delaware. We formed the company in Delaware. Okay, so we guide you through this. It costs slightly more for the US solution, $600, and it takes slightly longer. Now, the reason it takes slightly longer is because of the EIN, right? So now, if you have the SSN, so if you are a resident in the US, you can do it online and you can get the EIN the same day. But if you're not a resident and you don't have the SSN, all right, the SSN is similar to the NIN, your NIN, right? It's similar to that. It's just an identification number for individuals, right? So if you don't have the SSN, then you're non-resident. If you're a non-resident, then they require you to physically mail the application form, your EIN application form, to their office. So all that process takes a few weeks. It takes anywhere to 3 weeks to 1 month. for you to be able to receive the EIN, because then they have to send you the EIN in physical copy. All right, to your to the registered office we have for you. Okay, that is why it takes 3 weeks to 1 month, unfortunately. All right, now in comparison to the UK, which is the equivalent of EIN, is called UTR, which is Unique Tax Reference Number. Okay, UTR. So you can get UTR within 5 days. Okay, so you see how faster and quicker it could be. So that is why it takes just 7 days to get everything set up. If you use our UK solution, um, which costs $380. So depending on your preference and what you want to do, you can choose. But you can certainly, I would certainly advise you, if you have the funds, which are very clearly put here in Nigerian Naira, if you have the funds and you're serious about starting your dropshipping business, I would ask you to please get a Stripe account. You don't even have to do it with us. You can do it with someone else, but get a Stripe account. All right? Things are just gonna life will be more easier. Your business will be more easier if you do so. Okay? They're the biggest processing company in the world. Now, the question most people were asking, well, is this legitimate? Is this for sure? Well, yes. Let's go to Stripe themselves. So this is Stripe themselves. This is coming from Stripe. Okay? This is coming from Stripe, right? It's coming from Stripe, right? So what exactly is Stripe saying? Right? Requirements to open a Stripe account in another country. Okay? So to open a Stripe account in a country different than your primary business country. So you're in Nigeria and you want to do business in a country different from Nigeria, or you want to open a Stripe account in a country different from Nigeria, you will first need to make sure that Stripe supports processing payments in that country. So now the question is, does Stripe support processing payments in the UK and the US? The answer is yes, of course. Okay. So now you now move to, once you have determined that a country is supported by Stripe and are ready to open a new account, you will need the following. Okay. For Stripe business account, which is what we are doing for business account, you cannot open an individual account because you are not resident in this country. So you need a legal entity, right? Which is exactly what we are going to be doing for you. If you use any of our solutions, UK or US, we open a legal entity, so a registered company in those countries for you. So immediately you meet this requirement. Okay, a legal entity registered in the same country for which you plan to open the account. All right. So let's use UK for example. You want to open a Stripe account in the UK? Fine. We register a company for you. Now you have a legal entity. All right. What is the next thing? A tax ID in that country. All right. This is where the EIN and the UTR for the UK comes into place. All right. We help you get that. We help you file your EIN. We also help you file your UTR. Now, if you're using the UK solution. Okay. So now you have the tax ID. A physical location in that country at which you are able to receive mail. All right. This is the correspondence we're talking about. If the HMRC, which is for the UK, the tax office, sends you important documents, you want to be able to receive it within the country. That is why we give you registered office address. Now, 1 year registered office address is included in this. But after 1 year, if you want to renew and still have your office to be located in that address, then there's a small fee you actually pay annually to for that to be possible, like $50 or close to about $90 per year to maintain this. So it's always going to be there for you, all right? But you have the physical address to match their requirement, the physical location in that country. You have it both for the UK solution and the US solution in Delaware, right? US. So right? So let's go back to it. A phone number in that country, we help you get a functional UK and US phone number. So we guide you through it. So it's not a problem. So immediately you would meet this requirement. A government issued ID, such as passport or driver's license from any country. So, guys, I'm going to say this again. A government issued ID, such as passport or driver's license from any country. Okay. So, if you have your Nigerian passport or your Nigerian driver's license, you've met this requirement. You have met this requirement. There are a lot of people that go around with just the NIN, so the national identity number, the slip. And to them, whilst that is an ID in Nigeria, it is not an ID in the world. If the ID came with a physical card, right, which I think that that option should exist. I don't know why it doesn't exist in Nigeria. I think that people should be able to request to get a physical card for the NIN, national identity. Then you might have been able to use it here. But because that is not the case, this is what you have, right? So if you have a passport, if you don't have a passport, please you can apply for one. If you have a driver's license, then you're good to go. You can use it to meet this requirement. Okay. Now, a working website that shows what your business sells or what services you provide, and also the digital ID might also work. We have not used it because I know the NIN has a digital platform in which you could get a digital looking ID card, so that might actually work. So if you have that also, we might be able to try and use that. Okay. All right. So a working website that shows your business, what your business sells, and what services you provide. Now, since you're doing dropshipping, we guide you through this. All right. So we guide you through making sure your dropshipping website looks professional. There are certain things you need to have on that website: privacy policy, terms and conditions, your contact information. Okay. Shipping and delivery time frame. These are the things that they expect you to have. These things, you know, are what legit businesses provide on their website. So if you're not hiding anything, then you should have these things on your website. So they expect you at a minimum to have these stuff. So we guide you through having that. Now the problem is that when people go try to do this themselves, right? Register a Stripe account themselves, maybe use in if a foreign company or a company formation company, um, the company doesn't advise you on your dropshipping business. So a working website that you know that satisfies Stripe for them to be able to allow you to use their processing platform. You allow you to use Stripe, right? They don't guide you to this. So that is why it is important, when you use us to get your Stripe account, we guide you through everything. So we make sure that your Stripe account does not get banned, because it's painful when you pay the amount of money and then you start using Stripe and then your Stripe gets blocked after a few days, weeks, or month. And now they tell you that, well, your business is not supported by Stripe. It's painful. You've invested, you spent money, and now you don't still have Stripe, right? And the major reasons for that is because people don't know, there are no guidance on how to go about, you know, making their website or their business appealing, okay, to Stripe themselves. So we guide you through that. This is very critical, guys, because we've seen it. Some people will spend the money with another company, formation company, and then they get the Stripe, but after a few weeks, Stripe blocks them. And they will tell you, well, your business is not supported. And then you go to their website, then you go to the kind of products that they are selling, then you understand more. So we guide you through it. All right. Because again, our mantra is to enable you, have a long term sustainable dropshipping business. Okay. Now to the next requirement: a physical bank account in that country. All right. A physical bank account in that country. It cannot be a virtual. bank account. Now, what they meant here is, it can't be a virtual wallet. All right. Now, if you have, there are some virtual bank accounts that Stripe allows. So Revolut, Wise, bank accounts. What's the other one? Was it Mondo? I think it's called Mondo or Monzo. I think it's called Monzo. Yeah. So Monzo. So these three virtual bank accounts or financial institutions. I won't call them virtual bank again. The financial institutions, online financial institutions. Stripe allows them. All right. So what they meant here is virtual wallet. All right. So you can't use a gray account, for example. I mean, you can use a gray account, but you can't use a virtual wallet. You can't use a virtual wallet. Um, all right. So those are the requirements. We help you with this. We help you with this. We help you with guide you through this. We help you with this. Right. We help you with this and this tax ID, so the EIN and the UTR for the UK, and we help you with the legal entity registered. So let's go back to solutions. In our UK solution, you can get it with 7 days. Okay, it costs $380, approximately in Nigeria, 323,000 naira. If you have those funds, please get a Stripe account. If you're bent on using the US, it costs you $600, approximately 510,000 naira, 3 weeks to 1 month. The only reason most of the things that you're going to get, you're just going to be waiting for the EIN, right? That is the main reason why it takes that long, the EIN. And I've explained to you guys why it is like that. Okay, so if you're interested in getting a Stripe account, just let us know, and we are going to walk you through that. Um, So let me show you guys the how Stripe looks on Shopify compared to maybe the local options that we have, Flutterwave, DPO Pay, Paystack, how it's going to appear. Right? When you come to, so this is exactly what Stripe looks like. So when customers are checking out, they have a one-page solution. That means they come here and they put their card details, right? And they click on pay now and it processes the payment like that. When it comes to, if you're using other solutions, for example, if you're using other solutions, um, then you see this. If you're using Flutterwave, this is what customers see. Now, what's it saying? After clicking Pay Now, you will be redirected to Flutterwave to complete your purchase securely. Okay, so the customers don't see this. They can't check out one page solution because this is more trusted for them because it's just it feels like they're still on the website. It's seamless for them to actually do. Um, but when they come here, they have to get redirected to another website, and some customers get scared. All right, they get worried because they're actually giving you their bank details on their card, so they will get worried. They'll get spooked. So this conversion rate drops a bit here if you're using Flutterwave. Like 10%, like 15% of 15 to 20% of customers will just drop away. They won't continue with the purchase. Okay, and when you click on pay now, what happens? It starts processing, right? It starts processing. So that is exactly what ends up happening, right? And that gets customers spooked, and now they don't want to go through the process and all that stuff. um all right, guys, so that is going to be all for this video. I wanted to show you guys how we're able to make close to $7,000 within 2 hours. Okay, um and also show you guys how to sell a product through dropshipping. And also tell you guys, you can sell any product. You just know how to sell it. You just need to know how to sell it. There are some products I won't sell using Facebook ads or Instagram ads. It just would not work. I would rather go through Google ads. Google is search intent. Customers come to you. So 50% of the time, they have already made their mind to buy that product. Either they buy the product through you or they buy it from another person. But they're going to buy that product regardless. On Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is different. You are introducing the product to them. Whilst they are scrolling through the feeds, checking their friends' pictures and the videos, or trying to communicate to that family, your ad appears. It disrupts them. It's called disruptive marketing. It disrupts them and introduce a product that you think no that they might think would be valuable to them. And you need to make them think that it will be valuable to them. Okay? And then they click and they come to your website. Right? But they didn't they never had any intention of buying that day. It wasn't planned. It was impulse. So the difference between Google and Facebook is there. There are some products I will not sell on Facebook and Instagram ads. I will use Google. There are some products I will use YouTube ads for. There are some products I would use LinkedIn ads for or Twitter ads for. There are some I'll use only TikTok ads for. So depending on the kind of product you're selling, you need to choose your digital marketing frame or medium. Understand this. You know, everybody's thinking, most people think one dimension. Oh, okay, I'll just run Facebook ads and I'll make money. It doesn't work like that. And these are the things that we're going to be teaching on our dynamics training. Join it, guys. It is 60,000 naira now. Okay, join it. It is extremely valuable. If you're serious about dropshipping, join it. You know, um, okay, so that is going to be this, guys. If you are interested in joining Stripe and getting a Stripe account, let us know. We'll help you with that. If you're interested in joining our Dynamics training program and also using our direct support, you know, let us know so we can enroll you on that. Um, that is going to be the end of this video, guys. It was a bit longer, but we are focused on giving you guys as much value as possible. So, like the video if you enjoy the video and you took value from this video. Like the video, please. Subscribe to the channel. Okay, if you are interested in dropshipping content, um, and also comment. If you have any questions, any contributions, comment. Comment on the YouTube video. All right. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. See you next time.